Hey fans, it's your one and only Chris Carnage here with this guy, Everett Lee, for another edition of Riot Pro Wrestling presents Afterburn, your weekly recap show breaking down the matches that we release every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific.
This week, Chris, we take a look at the second round of the Riot Bowl with the team of Panda King and Jacob Guile taking on the Wolves of Odin with Miss Love with them at ringside.
A turn of events before the match led to the outcome for one of the teams to advance in the final tournament, the Wolves of Odin. Jacob Guile was taken out before the match began, with D. Ramos attacking Jacob Guile from behind, having Panda King being forced into basically a 2-on-1 match before Jacob Guile was able to gather himself and reinsert into the match. But sadly, it was too little, too late for that team.
It was, Chris. It was. The team of Panda King and Jacob Guile was never to come because Jacob Guile decided to take a power nap out by the ring there before the match.
A power nap? Are you kidding me? Seriously?
No, seriously.
Oh, my goodness.
Seriously.
And you didn't see D. Ramos?
Oh, you know what? Yes, I did. Actually, yeah.
It is.
I've come to my senses. Yeah, he was there. He was trying to knock that spider off of Jacob Guile's back because Jacob Guile was fighting that spider, and he decided to come out and take a power nap before he got to the ring, and he was just tired.
I am flabbergasted, Everett Lee. You kidding me? Given the history between Jacob Guile and D. Ramos, you're going to try and sit here and tell me it was a spider? I am, like, borderline arachnophobic. I would have seen the spider.
Well, the spider is Jacob Guile because D. Ramos had to cut off the legs because if you remember back a few months ago, only winners are allowed in the pyramid, and they had to cut the legs off of Jacob Guile, and none other than D. Ramos doing that, and him smacking a spider at the same time. So
oh my goodness.
It's a 2-on-1 assault on arachnophobia.
Everett Lee, I do not know how your mental processes work, but my goodness, we need to have science study this.
It's just who I am.
Oh
Chris.
my goodness.
I am the Everett Lee. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
All right.
Well, Chris, if you really want to see what's going on, you can see it from my point of view. Let's take a look at the closing moments of this match.
I'm flabbergasted right now what we're seeing.
I am too. There's a giant panda in the ring wrestling James Wolfe.
Absolutely, as Panda King just backs James Wolfe into the corner, but we see Ethan Olsen getting the tag and just taking every shot he can, trying to hack down the Sequoia, per se, of Panda King, because Panda King is a big, big man. I don't know if you've noticed, Everett Lee.
Oh, I've noticed. I noticed Jacob Giles waking up from his nap there. It looks like he's going to come over and try to whisper something or try to insert himself into this tag match.
I mean, possibly, as we see Panda King now having both members of the Wolves of Odin in the corner, but Jacob Guile just tagged in. I don't know if he's 100%.
Guile knows what he's doing.
Should the ref allow this?
I think so, but look at that, Chris. The Wolves have just taken out Panda King, and now they got Guile. And there goes Panda King out the ring, Chris. Goodbye.
Oh, my goodness. Wolves of Odin taking advantage while Panda King was tending to Jacob Guile. But Jacob Guile fighting back, delivering blows straight to the head of the Wolves of Odin.
Wow, that power nap, man, must have helped him.
I mean, it just might have, but Miss Still is blocking Panda King from getting in to help Jacob Guile. Oh, my goodness. A huge flatliner from Ethan Olsen. 1, 2, and 3. That is match.
Well, Chris, it just wasn't enough.
But that is, to win in that fashion, having Ramos come out and attack Jacob Guile with a steel chair before, that's why, oh my goodness.
Actually, he was trying to swing at that big spider on the back of Jacob Guile. Jacob Guile was tired of fighting the spider in the back, so he just decided to take a nap there. And now he finally woke up after his power nap, but it wasn't enough, Chris, to advance in the second matchup here of the Riot Bowl here at Riot Pro Wrestling.
Absolutely, we see the aftermath now as we now have the winners. We are set now for that final matchup.
Oh, there you
wait,
go.
what is going on? Oh, just throwing the steel chair in.
There you go. Jacob Guile.
Rubbing salt in the wound of Jacob Guile.
There you go, Chris. See, I told you what happened. Jacob Guile took that power nap. It did help him there for about a few minutes, but it just wasn't enough. Maybe he took some NyQuil before the matchup. I don't know. But the Wolves of Odin have advanced in this tournament and the turn of events that just happened.
You know, I just, like you didn't see Miss Lilith there at ringside doing what she was doing with Panda King, keeping him from being able to interject on the double team move on Jacob Guile for the finish. Like, you didn't see that?
She was feeding him bamboo.
Oh, my goodness. I guess you got to keep the panda fed. But at the end of the day, the Wolves of Odin do advance in the good old Riot Bowl. So we'll see what happens next. Even though the Wolves of Odin did win the matchup, our cameras did catch up with the Kickstarter Jacob Guile backstage, who had some choice words. Check him out here.
This is not okay. This is not okay. Want to attack me? Showtime! I know that's you. I knew that was you. Want to try and take us out? You're about to get way even. This night's not over. This night is not over.
Man, I tell you what, Jacob Guile having choice words for Mr. Showtime, and from how it sounds, Showtime better watch his back.
Yeah, he better watch his back, because Jacob Guile may take a chair and swing at him and try to knock a spider off his back, Chris. And you see how upset Jacob Guile was when he came back there? Man, if I woke up from my nap and I got dropped on my head, I would be upset too.
Oh, my goodness, Everett Lee. Either way, though, Jacob Guile's going to have it out for Showtime, so definitely keep an eye out for that. That could end up turning into something big. We don't know. But to find out, you have to check back with Riot Pro Wrestling.
And speaking of checking back with Riot Pro Wrestling, Chris, our next live show, Riot Pro Wrestling presents Spring Breakout, Saturday, March 16th at the Volusia Mall next to the old Sears Outlet. Showtime starts at 4 p.m. And you can see on the flyer there, Chris, we will have none other than Bobby Fish.
And Bobby Fish,
Bobby
a huge
Fish.
get for Riot Pro Wrestling. So if you want to check out his in-ring action, you got to come out March 16th to the Volusia Mall in Daytona Beach.
And speaking of Riot Pro Wrestling, what do we have next week?
Yeah, before we even get to Spring Breakout, you got to check out these other great matches we're releasing every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, with our next match being D. Ramos taking on the Riot Pro Wrestling Young Lions champion, Christian Mills.
It's going to be an interesting match. I cannot wait to see this matchup when it comes out next Friday at 3 p.m. on Riot Pro Wrestling YouTube channel. And it's just one of the great ways, Chris, that people keep up on social media. How else can people keep up with social media with Riot Pro Wrestling?
I mean, if you want to keep up with Riot Pro Wrestling, you got to go over to Facebook and search Riot PW and hit that follow button, as well as going on over to Instagram and X, searching Riot PW Official, smashing that follow button, and of course, the YouTube channel. All the great, amazing content, including Afterburn. All you have to do is search Riot PW 3628, and you'll be able to find the content there.
Keep up the latest with Riot Pro Wrestling right there, Chris. I know I do, because people love reaching out to me, and they love hearing my commentary that we do for Riot Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, yes, they do, Everett Lee. Yes, they do. Oh, my goodness, Everett Lee. But definitely make sure to check out all things Riot Pro Wrestling. And thank you for joining us and supporting your local independent wrestling.